Next, we're going to talk about the different parts of your personal brand and things to consider as we're looking to build this new picture of you to really help you achieve your goal. So we call this the ABCD model because it covers appearance, behavior, communication, and digital presence. So it's quite easy to remember. And then what we want to do is cover different things, which we cover in this section, just to help you have a conscious awareness of things to consider, which genuinely will make a big difference to your overall success. So the first one is to do with your appearance. Many people might say that we should not judge people based on how they look, but the truth is we all do. If you want to become the next CEO of your big multinational organization, chances are you might have to wear a fairly accepted business dress to have people actually start to see you in that kind of role. People often say dress for the job you want, not the job you have. And this is different for different types of career. That if you are a lifeguard, a swimsuit, a t-shirt and shorts is probably perfect for what you do. And a full business suit would not be appropriate in that scenario. But likewise, if you wanted to get into banking and finance and you look at an organization like Goldman Sachs and everyone in the organization wears smart business dress, a suit and tie, to fit in and really help be seen as someone that could work in Goldman Sachs and be successful, you will increase your chances if you can replicate that for the audience that you're in. But if I was to go to pitch in London to big investors for the roadmap, I would do my homework at first to really look at what do the people wear every day, how do they perceive themselves as a company, and I want to match and mirror that to almost help increase my chances. One of the things that I like to do is that I don't like to wear a necktie. That's too much for me. I don't like the constraints around my neck. But I would happily go into a meeting where I have a suit on, I have a suit jacket and a shirt. And if it appears that the room, everyone's a lot more relaxed, I would simply take my jacket off in the meeting. But it's often rare that you would overdress for a business meeting. On the flip side, it's very easy to underdress. If I was to go to that same investor meeting in t-shirt and shorts and flip-flops, it might not go down very well, that the investors might not perceive me as being a credible candidate that would take their investment seriously. And that's based on first impressions. But the point is, no matter what you want to do, people rightly or wrongly will have expectations for how that should look. And then likewise, if you're aiming for a particular career, have a conscious awareness of what is expected in terms of your appearance. And actually don't be afraid to invest in your appearance. So actually consciously invest in a new suit, in a nice dress, in some nice shirts. That actually it's a business investment that will really help pay off in the long term. Next, we're going to touch on behavior. So behavior is also very similar, where if you want to be seen as the next CEO of an organization, if you kind of turn up late and you laugh and joke and you're quite lazy with your response to working hard or replying to emails, or you just don't necessarily fit in with what is expected, it's a lot less likely that that organization would see you as a future CEO because you just don't behave like a CEO. It might be that you're not particularly happy in your job right now, but actually don't let that put you off. If you're still aiming to become a director or launch a business, there are things that you can do to have a conscious control to act in a certain way, because this is what, again, people look for in terms of someone that they want to work with or buy their products. That likewise, for me now with the business, I spend a lot of money with other people, that if I have a meeting with someone and they don't reply for 2-3 weeks to send me a proposal, they don't want it enough, that that simple behavior of how quickly they respond is actually negatively affecting them. But these are all things that we can easily control if we think back to lead actions and things that where we can really help change what people think about you as well. And on that example, being someone that is very diligent and responds quickly to emails or phone calls or tasks, people will perceive you as being better at your job, being organized, and they're more likely to want to work with you or promote you based on that simple behavior change. Next, we talk about communication. So people really love and they buy into someone's ability to communicate and inspire others. Communication comes in many different forms, from the written word to speaking to your body language and even being a good listener. We do cover this in other parts of the course, but the point is, again, if you want to become a startup founder that's going to raise $1 billion and change the world, Often you need to have a compelling vision, like a Steve Jobs, like an Elon Musk, that people buy behind. That often your ability to communicate that message and get people to follow you is really important. So that if maybe you're not as good a communicator as you want to be, there are lots of things that we can do to really help in this area. But the point is, for your personal brand, your ability to communicate will actually impact what people think about you. But fortunately, it is something that we can change. And last but not least is D, it's digital. All of your digital footprint in terms of your LinkedIn, your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, your Snapchat, all of these things do exist. That you could be a career hunter and you're looking for your dream job. But actually, most people nowadays, it wouldn't be uncommon that a recruiter might search for you on Google to see what comes up. And actually, if there are holiday photos or university photos which could come out, which might hamper your chances, it's really important to have a conscious awareness of your digital presence so that nothing comes up which really detracts from everything that you're trying to achieve. Or likewise, as we see in the media, if you had some tweets from 10, 20 years ago that you wished weren't there, go through and delete them, make your account private, but it's just having a conscious control on your digital presence, and that we likewise are communicating your brand as well as we can on all the digital touch points. It's just a really important thing to do. So in this section, when we go through the ABCD module, just having a conscious awareness on your appearance for what you want and where you want to go to, that your behavior matches the roles and the type of person that you want to become, the ability to communicate, and that people do sadly judge you on your ability to do certain things, that, at least these are things that we can work on. And then also your digital presence, that one of my classic examples is that people can't hire you if they don't know you exist. So you might, if you don't have a digital presence, it might be that we create one, you create a LinkedIn page or a website, so that when recruiters go on to find out who is this person, what are they like, what are they passionate about, there is something there. And the point is of this module is that we can actually control all of these things and almost change what people think about you. But the first step is to have a conscious awareness of the different things that are within your control.